Our newest acquisition is Northern Alberta Railways number 73. And this is kind of a funny story, the way it came about. Because this locomotive has been here for almost 40 years at the museum, but we have not owned it. And it's currently owned by the Canadian Railroad Historical Association, the CRHA. And we finally came to an agreement and said, look, you own it. It's been sitting here. You haven't done anything with it. Let us take it over and we'll start restoring it and make it look gleaming the way it used to. The steam locomotive was instrumental in the building of Alberta. So it was built in 1927 in Kingston, Ontario. So it's a made-in-Canada engine. And it spent its life on the Alberta Railways, specifically the Northern Alberta Railways, which ran north of Edmonton and was instrumental in the development of Alberta, especially in the Peace River country. So Northern Alberta Railways 73 would have hauled out farm equipment to the Peace River country, out to Grand Prairie, Sexsmith, Hythe, that whole area. So it would have hauled out tractors and combines and plows. In return, it would have brought in grain cars, it would have brought in lumber. And of course, both ways, you would have had people going back and forth. So you would not only have hauled freight, but you also would have hauled the settlers that went out to the Peace River country. And even hauling uranium during the Second World War. Yes, it was thankful that it was saved. It was back in 1960, and 1960 was that big transition year where the steam engine started to fade away and the diesel locomotives took the forefront. And so the Northern Alberta Railway steam locomotives were sent over to East Edmonton to the Stelco, which is now Alta Steel, and they're put there on the scrap line to be cut up and made into new steel to do things like being made into razor blades. And thankfully it managed to survive a fate beyond being made into razor blades by the Canadian Railroad Historical Association, who worked with Stelco to say, we need to preserve one of these locomotives. We need to preserve this bit of Alberta history. And so with Stelco's cooperation in 1964, Stelco donated a locomotive to the CRHA. That was the saving grace for locomotives. So all the other 20-some locomotives that ran in the Northern Alberta Railways got cut up. And you still see a few steam locomotives around the country, but most of them have gone into razor blades, gone into bits and pieces of metal somewhere around the country. So we're very thankful that it was saved.